So if Uniq actually do win this, they have to head-to-head for fourth wall, meaning that fourth wall, even with that amazing upset, get knocked out and go into relegations, and Vanir go into relegations as well. So if Uniq win this game, they avoid any tiebreaker scenarios. They are just out of relegations entirely.
And save fourth wall.
Yeah. Vanir, regardless, are not... Actually, no. If Vanir win this... Oh, I didn't check that one. I'll check that one in a moment. Let's go and pick some bans. So... we've got the Ivern, the Syndra, and the Rail ban. No surprises to see the Rail ban there coming in from the side of Vanir. We'll see what the next couple of picks are going to be as the Tristana is taken away from Vanir.
Yeah, so I was just double checking the head-to-head. It says they've split 1-on-1 with Force War with Uniq. So I don't... Unless I'm...
Oh! I was looking at their... I was looking at their head-to-head versus Vanir. So that's completely redundant. So there is a tie... Either way. Okay.
So, Liam Cole sniped away with this Aphelios. He does love his Aphelios. There's a lot of hype in Twitch chat always about Liam Cole Aphelios. That's been banned away. Rel banned because it's OP, but also because PlayStation has been the primary engager on his team and has looked incredible on it, right? Gives him a lot of agency. Yes. After that, we have a bunch of OP bans, right? With a Blanc being banned, Ivan being banned, and Syndra banned towards Harbo as a target ban. Kai'Sa picked up. Let's see what they match with. I am looking at Rumble, Renekton, and other picks of this nature. Oh, and Xayah too. Xayah Rakan.
I want to see comfort from Vanir. They went out of their wheelhouse a little bit last game. Harbo was playing Azir, Liam Cole was playing Kai'Sa, and these are champions that both those players had never played before in the split. And I'll be honest, they didn't really look good. they looked uncomfortable, like they just didn't really know their champions' limits, or it just didn't look like Harbo and Liam Cole. And these are two quality players, two talented players, and I want to see some more out of them. And I don't want to see anything too different here. And Liam Cole slapping down that Xayah, that is his most played champion that isn't named Aphelios, so not too surprising to see that. Ooh. I honestly wouldn't be sad to see I wouldn't be sad to see a Rakan, because it also is a good deny from PlayStation, but that is going to be that blind... Well, I don't know, it depends if you think Kai'Sa's going mid, but it's going to be an Ahri in mid for Harbo.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see Lee Sin, Lissandra come out as an answer. They do this a lot, Vanir. They like to drop Harbo, they pick him away early, right? And give priority to the other roles with counterpick. Still, it does open up some questions regarding champion pool. Still, I wonder what they're going to counterpick with on the side of Uniq. I do imagine it's going to be Lissandra. Uniq Cornez highlight played, but it is going to be the Rakan denial for the Xayah Rakan duo.
I think you have to have seen that coming, right? Yeah, I don't know. I just think it would have been really good. You've got Xayah Rakan, which is brilliant. I guess there are still some counters, like you're afraid that, that Uniq would pick something that's good into Xayah Rakan.
Like Morlus with...
Yeah, there are some champions available still that are good there, but I don't know. I think it's such a good deny from PlayStation. Like, he's so good on these style of engaged champions, and you saw when Uniq win, he is kind of like that catalyst of having just being able to engage and having that kind of support style in the bot lane. So it's a good pickup though still from PlayStation. It's going to be the Maokai in response to cast for PP Bat.
Yeah, this is a pretty weird one. I won't lie. They picked up some peel for themselves versus the hard engaged composition that's probably going to come out with that Kai'Sa. But you now have Maokai Ahri as a duo, and this does not scream very good to me, right? Typically, you pair up Ahri with, like, AD junglers that work well off of the charm and the layering of the CC, but, like, Maokai Ahri historically just has not been the best. Target bans coming in for the side of the team with the Rakan, Nautilus coming. I wouldn't be surprised to see Leona banned as well as another alternative. Still, though, what are you going to pair off with this Maokai with? Jace could come in, and then you secure the Jace composition, and you have more poke and long-ranged. Again, we'll have to see what they prioritize.
Absolutely. Well, there's going to be the Poppy as the final ban along with that Kled. So it felt like the Uniq work pretty ready, whatever is going to come down. Now looking towards probably their support here, then look to blind pick the... counter pick that top lane.
Yeah, I just want to drop in real quick. Usually you don't blind Alistar. I know I'm talking hovers and I shouldn't, but usually you don't blind pick Alistar because of Silas. If you get Silas into Alistar Maokai, it's kind of GG. So I really hope they don't do that and they prioritize something else. Yeah, thank goodness. It's a much better pick. That or Leona would have done the job.
I like the look of this, though, honestly. Obviously, Blitzcrank is like the quintessential sink or swim style champion. If you land the hook, he's great. If you don't, you're utterly useless. Yeah, I like that. I also think it's really good when you've got the like the kindred zone and stuff to like pull champions away and to isolate them. Unicorn, if he does decide to go for that Azir, I mean, so they were hovering Lissandra, but you know, there's lots of different champions you can play here. But I do think he is good on these more control style mids. So seeing that Orianna being slapped down, you know, I do think Unicorn is good on that type of champion here. Now it's just up to Uko, and I think you just stick Uko on a dog champion here. I think you just get him doing some kind of boring topside duty that, you know, just absorbs pressure, plays weak side, whatever. Like, I don't think you want to do anything too special there. So any of those champions would work. It's going to be that Cassante finally, which has fallen out of favor, but still a solid choice.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be Renekton for the side of Katana. Katana loves his Renekton, he loves the Juggernauts, and it does really well into the Cassante. So, and they need some AD, right? So whatever he picks, even if it's not Renekton, I've got a fly in my face, it's probably going to be some kind of AD Juggernaut that counters Cassante, and I am leaning towards that.
What noise do German flies make?
What noise do German flies make? Is that a question you actually just asked?
You stunlocked me. I don't know how to answer this question.
What noise do they make, Foxy? Come on.
I don't know. It's not. Oh, it's not a set up for a punchline. I'm curious because obviously we're in England here, and you're in Germany. So all I know is that Berlin's technically a swamp. So can you close that window?
Well, Aragon's not in Berlin, so
is he not? Oh, okay.
I won't lie. You've completely lost me with this whole tangent about swamps and flies in Germany. Still,
you know what? Speaking of swamps, I'm gonna do a transition here. Speaking of swamps, when we get towards the river and the dragons, that Maokai, we saw the power of it in yesterday's games. I can't remember which game in particular, but if you are last to move onto the river and the Maokai team have moved onto that river to contest a dragon, you just lose half your health. They don't have that Jace, sure. But
and the Varus.
It's easier to kind of land the hooks because people get slowed. But man, I don't know, dude. Like this could be real rough actually moving into that one. On the other side, I do feel like I'm more confident in Uniq. I think Uniq Korn yesterday, while he didn't get MVP, he was my MVP.
It was good.
He played so good on that Victor. He really carried the mid game and early game for Uniq when they were struggling. They were really struggling. One thing to note as well. Regardless of the outcome of this game, Vanir are in relegations. They are down on the head-to-head versus Fourth Wall, who, if they win this game, they tie with. So Fourth Wall they're out of relegations regardless. But the base for Vanir right now is, you know, they're in relegations. It's all about Uniq trying to avoid that relegation spot themselves.
Yeah, I think so. So Vanir are ahead so far against Uniq. So yeah, but like you said, for Vanir, it's unfortunate for them. They're in a sticky sitch, whereas Uniq are trying to, you know, they would be playing that tiebreaker if they win this game against Fourth Wall.
Yeah, I mean, in this spot, as when you're Vanir, you kind of want to be trying to test out like the style of composition you want to pull out in relegations, I suppose. So, you know, if the regular set splits over for you and you're guaranteed relegations, you kind of want to be practicing what you're going to pull out there. And you know, the blind pick mid laners for Harbor, they seem to have settled on, you know, give Harbor a dog roll, give him a control mage, blind pick him early, let him be counterpicked and see what happens. We counterpick the other roles. This is just not typically what you see in all the other regions, right? Usually you early pick top lane, for example, because top lane's fairly blindable right now still. Maybe this is champion pool issues, maybe this is something else, maybe they decided to come up with this as their solution. And in the end, give Katana a really nice Olaf position.
Yeah, absolutely. We are quickly going back into the game. I think we had the chat open, that was why. There we go, back into the game. Vanir doing what you do with a Blitzcrank, which is walk into the enemy jungle and hope to find them. The problem they're going to have is the other side of the map is where all 5 of the other team are. So it's just going to be a little bit of scouting information caught out there by the side of Vanir, although they are willing to commit for this a little bit further, just in case somebody is waiting around.
Yeah, that's a terrifying level 1. Olaf Qs and Blitzcrank Q as well. It's a little bit scary. You line that up also with an RE charm, and it's kind of a good thing they didn't run into each other. I'd be very scared if I was the side of Uniq. Still though, nothing gonna happen. Ward drop down now on the blue buff of Uniq. Gonna help the scouting for the side of Vanir. Gonna help the laners to know where the enemy jungler is, where cast is, and be able to set up their waves accordingly. So, we might be in for a bit of a map split here. Let's see how this goes.
Alrighty, well, Does look like it's going to be the game plan. Let's see if they're going to be aware of it. Vanir do see that blue buff happening, so they've got the information that this map split has happened. And I'm curious who you think this is actually going to play into then. Because both teams splitting the map, are the side of Uniq going to be happy with this or Vanir? Or is this just kind of like a net game for nobody?
I think this like guarantees control of the bot side of the map if you're Uniq, and like if you manage to get the flip for the mark on the bottom crab, then you're laughing. Mega happy.
It's just ghosted that.
Yeah, that was a little peculiar, I won't lie. Now you won't have Ghost for the bounce back. It's usually you don't see Ghosts level 1 for this reason. You'd rather hold it for when the wave comes out further and you run them down longer. But to answer your initial question, Hipbrain, who does this benefit more? I think it benefits Uniq more. Honestly, Uko's going to be left to dry really, really badly on a wave bounce back. But still, if a Blitzcrank cannot play to permanently run up and hook you, right, he's pretty miserable. And Rakan gets to scale for free and then roam eventually. So I think this is pretty good for the side of Uniq. Going to get full wave control because they're permanently scared. What is Pipibat doing?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. He's looking to invade the red side. Ooh. He has pressure in the mid lane, I guess. But I think Cast has now spotted him out. They've got pressure bot side. And this does mean that they could just rotate over. Cast is just going to move towards his blue side. And this map split is very bizarre. Harbo catches out onto PlayStation. PlayStation, not in the best position. Needs to run towards Uniq corners. Pipibat's going to keep the chase down. They have that level 3. They are going to chase forwards. Getting the shield onto PlayStation. PlayStation jumps out with that second D from the battle dance. Gets another shield off. He's low. Harbo finishes him up.
Here comes Garfield. Maybe he wants some sloppy seconds. No, not going to find it. Unicorn just bullying Harbour around. He should be able to get caught here.
There's a flash.
Unicorn has no setup. Yeah, your cast is way too far away. Yep. Pipibat actually is still going to be able to invade and take away this red buff as well at the end of that. First blood to Harbour. That's very nice stuff there for the Ahri. Going to have the TP as well to get back into lane. And good start here for Vanir.
Yeah, good stuff on the side of Vanir. Actually, Harbo securing priority, right, versus counterpick. Managing to move with Pipibat. I thought the bot lane from the side of Uniq would manage to move, but I think PlayStation, he might just be gone again.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the hell he's doing. Yeah, that was at least Garfield gets the kill, I guess, but that was questionable. I'm not gonna lie.
Little bit of a weird one. Now full bot side river control. On the plus side for the side of Uniq, you do get that mark in the top side for that Kindred, but yeah, I thought for sure Cass would be able to contest that red buff with that Rakan, with that Kai'Sa, but it looks like Rusty Sniper wanted to get that recall, and PlayStation just keeps getting caught with his pants down in that river, and now does look like everyone's on reset. Pipibat trying to find those kills, and teams are probably just going to go back to their respawning camps.
This lane swap, actually, or this kind of map split, which didn't really end out as a proper map split, has really favored Cast, because Pipibat did a full clear red side, and then hasn't actually been able to do a full clear of Cast blue side. So he's actually been able to full clear most of these camps, and actually Cast is up right now in gold quite significantly. He's got quite a large camp lead. Gonna head over, get those wolves as well, and he's actually not been too heavily denied here.
He got a stack as well. He got that first stack on the crab, so he's happy there. Pretty decent items in his inventory too, with just 2 boots from Pipibat, which is a very standard first item buy here. Allows you to move around the map more, walk up to people faster to get the twisted advance. But it doesn't really give you any combat stats, whereas Cast obviously gone for the complete opposite, extra AD and some attack speed too. So he will be kind of scary if if Pipibat ever runs into him. He will have that advantage. He's going to just keep clearing for the moment, however. The honest chickens are moving to the top side, but even though he's parting topside, you can't imagine there'll ever be anything happening there between Uko and the Cast. He's just never ever going to show top unless Kitana does something crazy and overextends or whatever. But it certainly won't be on his radar too much.
Yeah. You can imagine they're probably going to play for these dragons down bot side as the side of Uniq. This is typically what Kindred likes to do, like mismatch the enemy jungler and take every single neutral objective. Right, take the dragons, then the Rift Heralds, then the dragons again, and snowball the game that way. Drop some nice, like, shallow vision for Uko just to help him through lane and crash this wave. There's no way he can actually... Okay. I love that interaction. That's so funny, honestly. It looked so janky.
He just vanished.
Yeah, it doesn't pull him over because of that ultimate, the Ragnarok, and manages to just escape. That's honestly a decent trade. Obviously, you want to pull him over, but, like, you force out the Olaf ult, which is super, super critical in the all-ins, and you're under no threat as Uko, and again, this is really good. Oko will get to do teamfight things because he's managed to scale up through this lane.
Yeah, and Uniq got Harbo's ult for free there, which means he's a little bit safer in this lane. We'll be able to shove this wave in. And crucially, Uniq didn't trade his ultimate off there either. As Oko has to be a little bit careful. Does have that flash, gets underneath the tower. And PPBat realizes that is not a fight he wants to be taken anymore.
Does mean that the crab will be going over to cast here, so even more farm into his pocket. Especially the second spawning of the crabs is very much XP and gold heaven for junglers. Just going to get that and... Wait, is it... I think that... Wait, I'm confused with them. Oh, it's a good hook, though. It's a good hook.
Yeah, looking for Rusty Sniper. He's able to avoid away on a whole bunch of that. The Battle Dance doing a nice amount of work as that Gleaming Quill also heals Rusty Sniper up. Did have to burn both Flash and Cleanse, though. Garfield has that Hex Flash, so the same play, very doable for him.
Yep, Hooks managed to connect exactly, and imagine Kindred is actually... Okay, he's not, right? Okay, Herald is up in a minute. Herald and Dragon will be up. So we'll see if the teams decide to cross map here or not. I can imagine that they probably want to contest this. Both teams are pretty damn strong. You have kills on Harbo on this Ahri. And I criticized this duo of Maokai Ahri, but you do have that chain CC early. I just don't think it'll be as potent as the game goes on. Pings coming down from the side of Uniq onto that Rift Herald, so it does look like they're potentially going to be moving to that with that priority from Uniq. Go on.
Yeah, he's going to be able to trim this wave pretty quickly. Got that Lost Chapter at this point, so that's about a cooldown reduction. And obviously that just mana sustain that you get off the back of that. Shockwave is up. Harbo will have his ultimate if a fight breaks out basically anytime soon. That's come back off cooldown, so the free burn of that not being so costly as Uniq is going to have to pay a little bit of respect as his team are doing the crab right now. That is going to be a freebie over to Uniq, and it does look like Vanir are not even really setting up for a complete cross map yet. They may, once they hear the sound go off, realize it is time to do the swap and go over and do that crab, do that dragon. While Ukko, he's just going to have to go topside. Kitano needs to be a little bit careful here. Getting jumped onto by PlayStation. There's a large wave for Uniq to shove in on the top side as Cast has that Rift Herald. He actually might find Kitano here.
Yeah, take a look at bot side as well. They're trying to match. Vanir trying to match with a bot side play. But I don't think they could dive Ukko here. They're committing to this dragon. Maybe if they send 4 people down afterwards. But Ukko's going to be extremely respectful. Probably hears the dragon's been taken now and he's going to walk up, or just continues to do this whilst they place Herald topside to cross map better.
Yeah, Kitano needs to be careful. PlayStation hasn't got 6. He does have that ultimate up and available to him, so a bunch of plates given over. They find the knockup, they find the damage. He pops the ultimate, but I don't think that's going to do much for him. Beautifully executed dive. Meanwhile, Ukko, he's in danger, looking for PPBat. PPBat's able to finish him up, but the slow might be enough. No! Breaking out the line of sight in that last second. Does not go down to the tower.
That was 2 criminal deaths right there, though. Surely, like Kitano and Ukko both knew exactly what was happening here. Unicorn, though, gets the ulti.
Yeah, Unicorn actually might be getting himself in danger. One last charge, able to avoid away on that Spirit Orb. Will be okay.
Yeah, that was. It was just. I don't. Yeah.
Classic top laners.
Yeah,
dying to every cross map. This is just plaguing the league at this point. I've seen this too many times now. But yeah, I completely agree, Foxy. This top laners should not die there. Acknowledging.
It wasn't even one of them. It was both of them as well. It's just. Yeah.
A TP coming down.
Tragic.
Oh, PPBat, you are donezo. Unicorn gets himself killed. And the red buff denial has happened. They've been able to stop that from going down. Meanwhile, Cast can move over. If he wants to get that 3rd mark, he's able to do so. PPBat's not up for another 6 seconds, and PlayStation can just sit with him and make sure he's nice and safe to get that 3rd mark.
Now, game's back in a bit of a neutral state. You see them trying to go for this mark. They're gunning for that mark. PlayStation does have 6, and he has ultimate. So maybe they can like leverage the bot lane prior that they just got with Rusty Sniper to secure that. There's a lot of people coming down bot side, though. Take a look at all of Vanir, right? That's a 4 stack right there, and Uniq is in mid lane. Unless they burst out Garfield real quick.
Garfield's low. That's going to be a big ultimate. Able to get Rusty Sniper in time as Garfield's able to survive for just a little bit longer. They're able to find themselves the turnaround, and down go all of these members. Double kill for Liam Cole. Vanir just take 3 off the map in an instant.
3 kills for Vanir. Very happy about that one. It was, again, initiated by Uniq, but a bit disrespectful if they don't have full vision and full eyes of specifically what Harbour was doing there, because they knew Unicorn, their mid laner, was sitting in mid. It's going to be a risky play right there, and the Land's Respite unfortunately actually avoids any kind of trade back kill there too, as it saves Garfield's life, keeps him alive in that play. 3 kills, and most importantly, kills going over to members that want it. As you mentioned, Liam Cole getting a double there. Very happy about that one, accelerating himself and his lead in the bot side. The carries from Vanir did not have a great game yesterday, but so far, early days in this one, off to a much better start.
Yeah, honestly, kind of questionable decision-making coming out right here. PlayStation does say Shock was a lot maybe from behind. He's a bit more like of a headless chicken, because currently seeing a 0-3-0, trying to contest Grump mark, Kindred marks without mid-prio, and 3-4. So maybe they thought they could make a quick play and secure that kill onto Garfield before the rest of the enemy team joined, making it a 3v3, but it just doesn't happen, right? Blitzcrank's fairly tanky, and in the end they do get collapsed on. Now, what do they play for next? Dragons up in a minute 30. You can see PlayStation actually moving in for some deep vision. Potentially could create some TP flanks here for the side of Oko to TP in.
Oh no, PlayStation's caught.
Oh,
Caught
no.
by the Power Fist. Knocked up, finished up. He ain't getting away from that one. That flash was optimistic, if I'm going to be honest with you.
This man loves grey screens. Whether it was this game or the game before, honestly, he just, yeah. Uko, though, should be getting run down.
Oh! Nope.
That
Takes the tree
save
with him.
Surely.
Dodges the arcane smash. The Twisted
think
Advance should just finish him up here. There he goes. Bye-bye, Uko.
A valiant effort, right? A valiant effort.
He tried.
Yeah. Tries to get out of there using the ultimate, but it's just, it catches up to him. I think that's like post-buff Maokai. I'm pretty sure in the past it would have, like, a long time ago, of course, it would never have caught up to you, but still managed to catch him dying topside. Not the best showing for either top laner, still alright, but plate's going to come down to Katana here now.
Remember old Maokai ult? The big circle?
Yeah, the circle around.
That was
man.
so broken.
So boring as well.
I had that
Lame
useless
ulti.
phase as well, where you had to place it on the ground.
Yeah.
At least now,
Yeah.
then they changed it so it followed him for a bit, and that's when it was really good. But when he used to place it, everyone just walk off it, and it'd be like, all right, this ult's useless.
It was damage reduction, right? It was damage
Yeah,
reduction.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't think you could balance
Yeah.
that, especially when it follows Maokai. Still, Rift Arrow coming out now, teleport and a cross map onto the jungle camps. Doesn't look like Uniq want to contest this, this dragon, as Tano has that Hydra.
Oh, yeah, they are doing the damage to Uko, but in comes PlayStation. He gets the charm, he gets the knock-up cast coming over. Dances forwards as Kitano will be finished up by Karsten. They didn't get that last plate, but they do get the damage onto the tower. Should actually be able to trade out for first tower here, although Harbo has a wave in that bot side as well. It looks like that race should be won by Uniq. Nope. Wow.
There it is. Harbo's going to get the first blood tower bot side. Lots of gold for him. Very happy about that one. Second dragon as well for Vanir this early games. Really doing numbers for Vanir. Important thing to know though, of course, is that Uniq, you can never write them off. They've had some very sloppy early games before and come back against some very tough opposition. So
Yeah.
never ever can count these guys out, especially when you see like the likes of Cast here. Would have picked up, I believe, at least his 4th stack here. I think he's generally hit that number 4 already, which is pretty fast, honestly. Obviously, number 4 is that magic number for him. Trying to take away the Herald here. I'm not sure if he's going to get stopped by Maokai, or it might just be free. He's just got to, he'll be recoiling instead.
Rusty? I think he should be fine.
That was
There's no hook
definitely interesting
A little bit
positioning
scary.
from him. Just a
A
tad.
little bit scary. But, okay, Jake, Foxy. You know that meme from The Simpsons with like there's 2 monkeys in the middle of like the crowd of
Yeah.
on the boat, both top laners dying to cross maps is just the name of that game. It's just both
Yeah.
top laners.
Oh, no, he's done. No, he dodges. He flashes. The ignite burns out. He jumped out of the
ran
land's
out of it.
respite.
No.
There's no way. Rusty played that so right and then so wrong.
Oh no, it's tragic. Yeah, that just... Right, I don't know. I have no words. You just unfortunate. That's a feels bad man for Cast as well, slapping down his cooldown and then not actually getting anything out of it. But yeah, hopefully you learn your mistake on that one. That's happened. You move on and it doesn't happen again in potentially a bigger team fight. It's Uniq now, just going to lose that member, but more importantly, the resources dedicated to that play means that Katana can just get top. He should get this tower, even if he dies. It's totally worth it.
Oh, he might get
Tano.
one in response.
Still,
Uniq
yeah,
is starting to get quite strong, though. Cast is 3-1 now. He's got that Triforce. He's got another half-bound axe. Like, he's actually getting relatively strong at this point. Oh, no.
Pick comes into Garfield. He's definitely dead here. Just a lot of random picks going on right now.
This is...
It's a little bit confusing. Still, good job with Katana securing that tier 2. It's honestly probably worth his death. He's honestly probably not worth very much gold at all. Probably 200 at best. Still, all said and done, that's 2 dragons over the side of Vanir. Third dragon will be coming over in 2 minutes 30, and crucial item components are coming out as well. Maybe 2 items by the time that dragon spawned for both the AD carry in Liam Cole and the AP carry in Harbo. Rift Herald spawned as well, and they probably can use this priority to move into the jungle and pick up PP Bat.
Oh, PP Bat has to flash away. That was rough for him. Rusty Sniper may land himself that last little W just for poke, but that's not going to be the case. How many marks is cast on? That's what I want to see. 4. Ooh, okay, so that's big. That's the major one.
Yeah, 4 of the major ones to increase your attack range and your Q range, and every 3 marks after that does the same thing. So yeah, he's pretty spooky. Especially like the range is quite important when you consider the fact that you are trying to navigate some skill shots that could otherwise be very detrimental for you. Obviously, with the Ari Charm and the Blitzcrank Hook, further away from those targets you can be, easier it is to avoid all that danger. So yeah, big stuff there for Cast. Good start as well, considering we're sub 20 minutes in professional. To have your 4th stack is good. As you mentioned as well, Jakey is getting kind of big. He's got that Triforce and going towards, I think that might be a Wit's End. I'm not 100% sure, but he's going to be getting that 2nd item soon. Obviously, Kindred, one of the more scaling damage orientated junglers, really does want to get those items going.
Yeah, and just to bring it back to like the compositions and how they function, because team fights are just going to be aplenty soon with these dragons spawning up. You have a front-to-back composition on the side of the Unique, right? You have that 80 carries, you have your 80 carries, and then you also have a big beefy frontline and Uko on this Cassante. How do you manage to pull off, for example, just creating space for Rusty Sniper and Cast Hit, as well as how well do you use that Orianna Rakan combo to create space also? And then on the flip side, how well do you peel back? I mean, the problem with, and I've had this the entire time with Vanir's composition, is there's separate things. Olaf really doesn't want to kite backwards, which is what Maokai and Zaya wants to do. He can only run in, so a little bit out of place, but Maokai coming down.
Coming in to get everything onto Rusty Sniper. He's immediately popped. That's going to be a big shockwave. Big knockup. They do find a turnaround. Akko now trying to do some work, but he has lost his entire team. An absolutely colossal fight from Vanir as Uniq crumble.
And blinking, you missed it. That fight lasted like 2 seconds. All the damage coming through from Vanir, despite the fact that Cast was able to buy some time with the Land's Respite. Easy team fight there for Vanir. Will be leading into the 3rd dragon of the game as well, which puts Vanir on Soul Point, the Mountain Soul, which is obviously one of the more impactful souls as well. Very scary stuff here for Uniq. I said you can't write them out, but honestly, if they keep losing little fights like this, to be honest, quite a big fight, things aren't looking too good for them.
Yeah, and 2nd death of someone walking out of the Kindred ulti. Unfortunate, I think this time it was PlayStation. But yeah, no, I want to highlight a player who hasn't been doing too hot, right? I even made a meme about them earlier. It's Kitano. He managed to have uptime on his ulti there for a solid, I don't know, in that entire fight, 20 seconds, right? And he was just hitting the entire time. And Olaf, when he's in densely packed situations, managing to dive the backline with that ulti, as I think I've got to hold that as they've started Baron here. I wonder if they'll get away with this.
It looks like PP Bat's aware of it. He does have that twisted advance to lock them in the pit, but the Baron going down very quickly to the double AD carry. Nice and quickly finished up. They pull back one. It's not the jungler, though. Akko, he can tank this up for now. The Baron is secured. The gold is gifted over. Kitano eats a shockwave, and twisted advance runs shy. Uniq, honestly, can be very happy with that. Akko just did his job of going down for the team.
That was very smart. Really nice call as well from Uniq. The TP from Unicorn was in bot side, and then as soon as that call came down, just instantly everyone dedicated towards it. A big highlight for PlayStation there. The blast cone play was crazy. Like PP Bat walked up to try and get some vision onto the Baron pit, and as soon as he walked onto the blast cone, PlayStation knocked him into the Krug pit. There was no way on earth that PP Bat could get in there to try and contest. Really, really smartly done. And never write these guys out. Never write them out. Unicorn, get the Baron, and it's an objective bounty too. Very happy with that one.
Yeah, and now what we're probably going to see in the Siege, you're probably going to play for bot lane tier 1, right, as Uko just holds the Olaf, because even with his Baron buff, you just cannot 1v1 this Olaf. He's on 2 items, and just the nature of the matchup in the first place. I would like to see them play this 4-1 out down bot side, secure that bot lane tier 1, and potentially try to hit tier 2 in the mid lane, although if you do that, you're probably going to get flanked, so it might be an unproductive Baron.
May just be the case. Cast is actually looking to see if he can jump onto Kitano, but will be spotted out by that control ward. So it's just going to step away. They are still, it's unfortunately revealing their location. Kitano now knows. Yeah. They know, and it's just going to back off even further.
They're trying to attack the side laner, right? So they alleviate their pressure, then they're able to use the Baron somewhere else, which is a fine idea, but the problem is Kitano's just respecting it, right? And in the end, the timer on the Baron's, like, it's running out. Right, now they've lost full control of bot side, and they can't play for that tier 1 like I highlighted before. I think they just had to leave Uko on an island, have him just hold waves with that Baron buff, and I think it's going to be a negative Baron play.
Yeah, well, Uko actually didn't have the Baron buff, so he couldn't even really use that. Overall, bad cast for them. Garfield flashes forward, misses it. They do get the shockwave onto him. He's finished up nice and quick. PlayStation on that backline gets the charm. They flash in jumps everyone else. Great Lamb's respite onto the backline to keep PlayStation alive. They find themselves a shutdown. Kill gifted over to Rusty Sniper. Knocker goes wide. Carries jump over the walls to safety. A triple kill picked up onto Rusty Sniper as he's looking for Harbo. He gets himself the quadra kill. Kitano on the run. Are they going to go for the penta? No. Attention is elsewhere. They want to secure the win.
Yeah, and Kitano, I thought everything it was going to be done for Uniq, but Kitano joins and everyone parts away from him, hops the wall, and Kitano's ult just fizzles. That looked like a beautiful moment for the Olaf to pop off, but everyone disappears. He's got no one to auto-attack, so his ult just falls off. And in the end, Uniq take it. Is it 1 for 4 at the end of the day with only PlayStation falling? And this time, the Kindred ult actually lands. Not a negative power play. They did lose tier 2, but then they won the team fight.
How good are Uniq at finding these fights, though?
Yeah.
You know, this is the second game in the row where they're losing early, but they just keep finding the engages. And it's PlayStation again on that Rakana with the flank, able to set it all up, and Uniq coming in for the follow-up. As you mentioned, like Olaf was set up to have some really scary mop-ups there, but you know, he may be unstoppable and may be able to run at you really, really fast, and you know, no CC and all that lovely business, but can't really jump over any walls. So the fact that I think it was like 3 characters from Uniq were able to hop that wall and just completely disengage was very, very sad news for the Olaf.
Yeah. But now, Dragon coming up. How do these teams set it up? As you highlighted earlier, Hiprain, you have to be in there. It's really hard to face check Blitzcrank as well as these Maokai saplings. It is not AP Maokai though. It is a full tank Maokai without any poke to back it up. So, going to be much easier to reclaim river here. You just have Uko on this Cassante, face check the river and the plants, and kind of chilling. This ward's going to do a lot here to highlight and protect themselves from these Blitzcranks hooks as they contest this mid prior.
Yeah, there's not really too much Vanir can do right now. The He's not going to get shoved in. There is a flank there from, you know, he's going to be taking out some of those wards. Able to finish up. There's 2 control wards in the pixel brush, but it's just playing in that fog of war for now. Another ward goes down, spots him out, so he has to back off. Now, Dragon has spawned. Remember, this is soul for Vanir if they can get it. Uniq wanting to play this nice and controlled. They want the pressure, but look at that flank for PP Bat. He can lock them all down. PlayStation jumps in. Knock up immediately lands onto Liam Cole. He pops the stopwatch. Rusty Sniper jumps onto the backline. There's the Featherstorm. Rusty Sniper has to be careful. Able to dodge away. Huge Lamb's respite to buy some space, but everybody is bopped up airborne, and this fight has gone bad so quick for Uniq. Rusty Sniper goes down, or does he? Yes, he does. He's finished up as Vanir. They played that very patiently, and it pays off.
And it's going to be the soul as well. That is Mountain Soul now over to Vanir. And just when Uniq looked like they were clawing their way back into this game, they take the fight. That doesn't work. Another brilliant flank, of course, from PlayStation. How many times have we said that recently? But it's just not quite enough. And the problem is, like, you're not just losing the fight there, you are losing Mountain Soul. It's such a painful one as well, because you know, that soul is so powerful, and it means as well the next dragon that spawns will be that Elder, which can have some big significance in how the rest of this game plays out in 5 minutes time.
Yeah, absolutely. I honestly think these Maokai flanks have been so powerful though, because that Twisted Advance is like fully ramped up by the time Uniq see it, and it catches them out. It's really, really starting to mess with Unique's game plan. I think it's been interesting because I feel PlayStation's playing these flanks like he's still on the rail, like he's tankier than he is, and he jumps in, gets immediately silenced by the Blitzcrank, and then just popped. And there's no counterplay to that when you're on like a squishier champion like that. Rakan, when you're on that Rakan. So it's been very hard with the stopwatch coming out and the Featherstorm as well on the Xayah. It's very hard to win that fight. And like you said, now they've got the Mountain Soul. They have an AP Kai'Sa. That just helps so much versus the poke from the AP Kai'Sa because there's no follow-up poke. It is purely the AP Kai'Sa to do that poke for them.
Yeah, a poke coming out is massive as well. But in that fight, I think the big thing that I noticed there was a difference between this and the last fight, for example, was the fact that Kitano actually had uptime on his ultimate there. He was in the middle of everyone, and there was nowhere for anyone to run to, right? Because the whole team, Olaf was just stacked on his AD carry, and the whole enemy team was trying to hit the AD carry. So everyone was around, getting constant Ravenous Hydra procs, big Jack Show proc, and nothing you can do whilst that ult is ticking. And I believe the Kindred ult had to be popped by the end of it. The whole enemy team was still alive and ready on their cooldowns, and I think it's just in the end there's nothing you could do from all those flanks coming in from every angle.
Yeah, it's a stopwatch as well from Rusty.
Yeah.
Liam Cole, right? I'm fairly certain he had both stopwatch and Featherstorm for that fight. You know, if he doesn't have one of those, then I think he just dies instantly to that flank, and that fight looks very different.
Yeah, you have Rakan coming in to try and pop that Xayah ultimate and then have follow-up afterwards, but then you have the stopwatch just like you alluded to, so it's extremely difficult to play around. Yeah, that Xayah is not dying anytime soon. It's crucial that she does, because I believe she's 6-0 or has a very big bounty regardless. Still, we'll have to see how the fight's going forward. That Mountain Soul is going to throw a wrench in their plans.
Yeah, it really is. It's so hard to call, though, because I still feel like these fights, like one team wins one fight, one team wins the other fight. It's been so kind of on and off the fights we've had recently. It's hard to call actually how this is really going to upset the state of the game. I think it's getting to the point though where I feel that Vanir are starting to read Uniq and the plays that they're trying to set up, and are starting to pull ahead a little bit in these fights. I think the Xayah survivability is really actually the biggest wrench for Uniq because they want to just pop them, but the Featherstorm, the stopwatches came. Obviously, the stopwatch is only a one-time thing, but you have that Featherstorm, you just have that ability to kind of cancel or stay alive a little bit longer than you want. And then the Lamb's Respite gets forced out because someone on the other side is getting low. And then the Xayah gets to stay alive because of that Lamb's Respite. And like you're saying, Foxy, as well, when you got a Blitzcrank, that Lamb's Respite is a little bit scary because it just makes like the barrel for the fish to be pulled out of. Like, it's rough. It's rough.
They're all clustered in that area. And it's like as well, even before the Lamb's Respite goes down, a Blitzcrank hook is like the ultimate counter, because it means you pick someone out of position and you can either burst them down, like say it is cast, right? You'll burst him down before he can use the Lamb's Respite, or you can isolate and separate people away from the team, and when that happens, then you know they're not going to be in range to even get in a Lamb's Respite. So yeah, it can be pretty tricky to play into if you're a Kindred and there's a Blitzcrank on the enemy team. And to be perfectly honest, I just feel like the way this game has gone, like, maybe I'm being a little bit pessimistic here, but I'm not thinking that there's any like mega like giga brain play that Vanir are now adapting to Uniq. I just think everyone's smacking their heads into each other, and this time around Vanir are the ones that come out on top, and a big reason is the existence of Kitano. Look at this top gap right here. Like this, the strength difference between the K'Sante and the Olaf, right? K'Sante's not even got 2 items done, whereas Olaf's working towards his 4th. You know, like it's so mega in these fights.
Also, just to kind of reiterate the stakes of this game, if Uniq win this, they go into a tiebreaker versus Fourth Wall after Fourth Wall won that previous game. If Vanir win this game, regardless, they are in the... Oh no, that might be a low robot. Shockwave, they actually do get a bit of a turnaround. Knock up onto 2 as well. In comes Rusty Sniper to try and get the damage down. There's a huge twisted advance to make sure nobody goes down.
That's a fast
That could be Baron though.
Yeah, it could be Baron. That PP Bat is very chunked out. Going to use his passive to get some health on that wave. It might just be too difficult, though. They're also chunked out, right? The side of Uniq are also chunked out and maybe scared of, like, for example, a Maokai over the wall getting hooked whilst they do it. But also, look, bot lane, right? Yeah, Uniq were on a timer there to make a play because they're versus a split push threat who they can't really match. And Kitano here, he's going to get pegged by the Kai'Sa, and Kai'Sa's not going to opt to take the ultimate in. Kitano's being really annoying. Looks like it's going to be Baron for Vanir.
Surely you just take Baron, yeah. But Vanir are very slow on the uptake here, but they should still be able to get it. Kitano's buying a world of time here.
Oh, they actually get onto Cast as well, locking him in place. Garfield's in danger. Cast can jump over the wall. He can press that Lamb's Respite to keep it alive, but he's not going to go for it. Ukko in the middle of the whole team, getting the bot back onto a couple, isolating PB Bat away from the team. Uniq trying to get the damage off. PlayStation on that flank. Kitano gets bot back. They're able to find themselves a return kill as Cast is taking out Garfield in the other side of the map. Ukko going a little bit low. They're able to find themselves a couple of kills already. Liam Cole putting some damage out on that flank. There's the Featherstorm. There's the potential turnaround from Vanir, but Cast is running Liam Cole down. Liam Cole's in danger. Kitano trying to come in and save the day. Cast is low. No way!
And it's just so close, isn't it? The fight is so unbelievably close. It all starts with Cass not being able to make it into the pit because you have Garfield guarding the entrance at the side, trying to hop over the wall there. And in the end, it was just all on Liam Cole because he got to hold the ultimate for so long as he had no threats on him. Ukko also had this amazing play to separate the front line from the back line, separating the Maokai from Liam Cole, and they could just isolate Hippie Bat and one-shot him. In the end, it's so close, but Vanir come out on top.
It's all the Kitano show this game, isn't it? He's so strong in these fights. He's too much. Uniq do not have any answers for him. I do feel perhaps that fight around the Baron was maybe even a little unnecessary. Like, Vanir had it all. They had their cake and they could have eaten it too. Uniq was way too slow on the uptake there. They wouldn't have been able to stop the Baron. And if Vanir takes Baron, does their best to disengage, and Kitano is still wailing on the bot side, Uniq had dedicated everyone into that play. Kitano could have gotten Nexus towers, and depending on how the fight went down, maybe even just like ended the game. But still, it's Kitano needs to be stopped. I don't think that Uniq have an answer for him. They haven't had so far, and I just don't know what they can do as this game progresses.
And just to kind of reiterate the point I was making before all of that action went down, if Vanir win this, doesn't matter. They're in relegations, but what it does mean is Uniq get put into relegations. Uniq have to win this game to avoid that relegation spot, because then they have that tiebreaker versus Fourth Wall. And right now, Uniq and Fourth Wall are 1-1 on that tiebreaker, so it guarantees a tiebreaker game. But when PlayStation is taking that much damage, it does start to make you a little bit scary if you're a little bit worried if you're a Uniq fan, because Vanir, they're just going to push into the base, try and see if they can get some damage onto this inhibitor and finish this one up. Looks like Liam Cole's going to be uncontested to do so. Meanwhile, Kitano, with that Baron buff, the last member with it, shoving a wave into the bot side. He's got 2 waves built up here. Is going to be able to work this in towards this inhibitor, and that could be 2 inhibs down on Uniq, and their opportunity to avoid relegation may be fading away from them. Lovely little dodge on the hook there from Garfield on the Blitzcrank, as Kitano eating a fair amount of damage, but inhibitor going low. It should crumble with a couple more autos from this cannon. There it goes, and the base is in a absolute state right now. In jumps onto Harbo. Rusty sniper flashes forward. The Twisted Advance comes down. They do find themselves the damage to get an answer out. 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah. I mean, the W's coming out from Ukko for the Unstoppable versus the hooks, they just seem a bit delayed. That flash hook from Garfield, which missed, would have connected. I think Kitano's fine here.
Oh, no! It's not him! Oh, they're trying to get the shockwave off! It's a 1-for-1 trade once again, but Liam Cole's untouched, and Rusty Sniper falls down! There's the Featherstorm! Cast puts down the ultimate to keep himself alive, trying to get the damage onto Liam Cole. Bopped out! Finished up! Triple kill for Liam Cole! And Vanir have got their opening, have got their opportunity to close this one out. Uniq is going to have to pull off a bloody miracle, but he doesn't have the shockwave, and Liam Cole has the wave. PB Bat's going to just keep him from getting anywhere near his Nexus, anywhere near holding on to this, as Liam Cole will stay alive, and Vanir pull Uniq into the relegations along with them.
Vanir ending the game exactly the way that it played out. Liam Cole and Kitano styling on Uniq in this one. Very